Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be playing with high-end makeup. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to start pushing my hair back, and I already spritzed my face with my Too Faced 3-in-1 setting spray, prime, set, and refresh spray. So then I'm going to go in with my primer, and this is again the Too Faced Hangover Primer. And I'm going to add this to my whole face. So then I'm going to move on to my pore filling primer, and for that I'm going to use the Benefit Pore Freshener Primer, and I'm going to add this to the center of my face, and it's a brand new. It's my first time trying it. Purchased it like a couple of weeks back, and I haven't had the chance to use it. So I'm going to add this all over my T-zone, just like this. And while that's working, I'm going to move on to eyebrow. I am going to be using my brow bar palette thing. Mine's is all beat up, and I'm going to be mixing both shades, these two. And I am going to be adding it to my eyebrows. Just like that. So now that both eyebrows are done, we are going to clean them up, and I'm going to be using my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. Oh, sorry. And I'll be taking a little bit on, they don't have names, but it's a Morphe brush. And I'm going to put it in the back of my hand, and I'm going to clean up my eyebrows. I like to go in with my finger and kind of blend it out. Just like that. Now I'm going to do it to the other eyebrow. So now that that's done, we can move on to foundation. And again, I'll be using the Born This Way Too Faced foundation, and I would be, it was wet. I would be using the shade Praline. I hope that's how you say it. And I'll be warming it up behind the back of my hand. I like how this foundation looks. It's very natural. It's not that of a full coverage foundation, but I don't like full coverage foundations, like the really heavy ones, but I enjoy this one. It's one of the first foundations, high-end foundations I've had. It's actually the first. And I'll be using another pump. Half a pump, you could say, for my forehead. Taking whatever is left behind my hand, and like I mentioned, I like to add it to the under eye, to my under eyes, because it kind of like acts like a corrector for me, since I have really bad under eyes, really dark under eye circles. Just like that. I'm gonna blend. It's one of my favorite parts of makeup. That that I like because it's so satisfying to me. Just like that. Drag it a little bit under my neck. To my neck. So after that, we are going to move on to concealer. I think my sponge was a little too wet. And I'll be using again the Born This Way concealer. And I'll be adding it to my eyes. And I'll let it sit for like 2 minutes. I'm sorry, I didn't mention the shade I'm using is Sand. And I will be blending now. It's a medium coverage concealer. Whatever's left like on my sponge, I'll go ahead and add it to my T-zone just to highlight a little bit. Just like that. I hate the faces I make when I'm doing my makeup. I just like it, but what can I do? Just like that. Then we're gonna move on to setting our face. I enjoy setting my face with my sponge more than a brush, and then I'll go ahead and like dust it out with a brush. But I feel like for me, what works is placing it first with my sponge, and then dusting it off with my brush. I can taste it. And then, sorry I didn't mention to you, but I'm using the Becca. I'm sorry, it's dirty. The Becca Under Eye Brightening Setting Powder. I got this in my BoxyCharm, I believe. Most of my stuff I got in from BoxyCharm. But I really enjoy it. I really like it. It's nice. I will be doing some BoxyCharm unboxing. Hope you guys enjoy that. So then I'll go ahead and like dust it off. And whatever's left on my brush, I'll go ahead and like use it on the rest of my face. Spread it out. And I'm using the Morphe. It's the gold collection. I don't think they have it anymore, but it's one of my favorite collections somewhere. So after that, I'll be moving on to let's do eyeshadow. I'll be using the Tarte Pro. I don't know, Amazonian clay palette. I don't know which one it is. It's this one, and I would be using. I'll start off with Wimpsy. It's this shade up here, and I'll add that to my. Oh, I still have powder in my face. Sorry. That's a little bit too dark than what I was hoping for. So now we're gonna blend. Yeah, it looks a little lighter on in the pan. But once you add it to the face, it looks really bright. An orange, kind of. I have to kind of match both sides even though I don't want to. I added a little too much product to this side. Just like that. And then I'll be grabbing another brush. Again, it's all of my brushes that I'm using today are from Morphe. And then I'll be adding this color. It's kind of like a purple, kind of like a little bit darker than the shirt I'm wearing. But it's called Fierce. And again, I'll be adding it to that brown that I just placed. And I'll add it to the top. We're gonna add that other brush so we can blend it out with the brown shade that I added. We're gonna use the motion light to kind of flare it out. Looks too harsh. You just flare it out just like that. Then again, I'll be going in with the same shade. I'm so heavy-handed with my makeup, and then at the end I'll be like, ugh, I wish I would have used less. But like, I'm so heavy-handed. Just blend it out. Okay, and then I would be also adding the shade No Filter, and that's like another a light brown. You can't really see it, but it's a and I'll be adding this like almost like the lid, kind of take it to the lid. Just like that. And then I would be going, I wish we had like a lighter purple than this. It's just like a purple, like a wine color. It's called Mix. And again, I'll be adding this to the lid. Mainly to like the inner corner. It's not like a purple that I'm looking for. I wish it was lighter. But I guess we'll work with that. And then I think that's it. Yeah. Maybe if I add this lighter gold. Let me get them. Morphe M421. This finally has a name on it. Yeah, I think that looks better than what I had going on. Whenever I kind of like go over with my eyeshadow, I always like to, that's my baby. He was taking a nap. Okay, so then I'm gonna do my lower lash line, and I'll be adding that brown that I added to the crease. Yes, baby. Yes, and then I'll be moving on to mascara. For mascara, I'll be using the Big Eggo from Tarte. I really like this mascara. It's really good. I mean, I think everyone has their opinion on makeup. Some of the stuff that may work for some people may not work for you. But I really like it. So just like that, after adding my mascara, I'll be going ahead and adding it to my lower lash line. So I wanted to mention that I don't use falsies that much, like unless I'm going out to like a big party, like a quinceañera, a wedding and stuff like that. I'll wear falsies, but like in my everyday I don't. I only do mascara. So after my mascara, I'll be using my Tarte Pro Glow. I don't know what shade is this. I don't know which one, but it looks like this. And I will be taking this shade, and I would be adding that to my cheeks. Yes, baby, she's hungry. Mr. Efrain is making his appearance.
My parent, mommy? Oh.
And I'll be adding it to my...
Where's Daddy?
Every time he wakes up asking for his daddy.
Daddy, mommy?
Yeah, he's working.
Oh, he working?
So I really like this bronzer. I like it.
And the can, mommy?
And for blush, I'll be using the Tarte Pro Glow and Blush palette. I'll be taking this shade. They don't have names. I don't believe so. And I'll be the same brush I use for my bronzer. I'll use it for my blush. Just like that. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, and for highlight, I'll be going back to the one where I use my bronzer. I'll be using this shade. Then I'll add it to my cheekbones, just like that. I really enjoy this palette. The highlights are really bright. And then for my inner corner highlight, let me use this one. I'm going to be using this same palette, and I will be using it's more like a pinky shade, the one I use for my cheeks. It was more like a gold shade. And after I'm done with that, I would move on to lips. And for lips, I will be using... Oh, I happened to drop my lipstick. So I'll be using the Anastasia Pure Hollywood liquid lipstick. But first, I'll be going in with lip liner. I'm sorry. And I'll be using the Italia Deluxe. These lip liners are bomb. And they're only $1 at my local swap meet where I shop. And I'll be outlining my lips. love this color.
Lip.
I didn't mention to you is 1003 light brown. Bomb. Then I'll be adding this just to like, oop, we're not worried. After I'm done with that, look at the lips. I love that combo. I love combo. After that, I'll be spritzing my face again with the Too Faced Hangover. And while that dries, well, I'll just flare. I always like to go in with my sponge to kind of like get rid of like anything that doesn't look blended. And I wait for it to kind of get dry, and then I'll go in, especially on my highlight. So like I was saying before Mr. Efrain interrupted, I like to go in with my sponge and blend out my makeup. Oops, I was almost forgetting to set my brows. I never set my eyebrows. I hardly even do, but when I do, I mean, when it's like a makeup look like this, I will like go and set them, because to me it makes them even more darker. But I'll just go in and lightly set it. Just like that. So hope you guys like it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.